that tail just Novitec pipe. Hey, your ears. Woo! I'll tell you straight from the word go, the most important and coolest aspect is not the hybrid or the electric drive, it is our exhaust system, and it is just Ferrari said that what they wanted to do with this car is shout out a message that states driving must be fun, and that is really my aim today, to show exactly that they've achieved that and our exhaust. Yo, this is a different kind of lekker. Oh.
If I'm being honest, loving you the hardest thing to do, so I keep to myself. I feel like I'm falling in and out of consciousness, yeah. Now we starting to talk, let's killing all the progress. Really hard to process, you treat me like an object. Baby, we toxic, can't we stay on topic? I feel like we lost it, feel like we lost it. Take my love, don't waste it, even though I don't mind waiting. Latest, my mind racing. What else I have to do, girl, to brace me? I only want you. Closer.
Oh, okay. So we've got the wackiest exhaust on this. Oh, which is very alive. This is the first time that I'm driving with a bit of hard acceleration, and the surge is superb and ridiculous because we've got a hybrid system and it's assisting us every time that we change the gear, so there's no turbo lag whatsoever. And honestly, this is so quick. Mata, just like and then you put your face back on. Wow, let me quickly get my head around that. Now we can clearly see some design cues harkening back to the LM250 of the 1960s. That wraparound windscreen, the prominent A-pillars, no more pillars after that, the haunches, the buttresses, and of course that vertical rear windscreen. It's quite a clever car, this actually. It has to be, it's new and it's hybrid technology at its best. But in order to see just how clever it is, especially in the aero department, we have to look at the front and think about T. T indeed, because this here is called the T-tray. Basically takes care of the air that hits the car in the front. A lot of that gets sent underneath the car and vortex towards the back gets dealt with at the diffuser. But there are more vents over here at the headline on the inside. Big air vents. The air that goes over the car gets distributed over these sort of wells towards the side radiators and also the induction for our turbos. This roof is also quite clever because it's got a rear wing that sets up the air for what happens with it at the rest of the car. There's a, as Ferrari calls it, a mobile spoiler that pops up at the back, gives you downforce at high speeds and also assists with braking as an air brake. The buttresses over here have got little indentations on the sides. That basically is in order to prepare the air, create a suction from this chimney over here for the hot air coming out of the engine. It is honestly ripping your eyelids back quickness. This is a game changer. They've taken the whole rule book and just did a burnout on it. Oh, we're in the next level after the F8. Oh, mother. This is so quick. Wow! Incredible, Ferrari, what you guys have done. Over here got the massive air vents for the radiators as well as for the turbo inlets, and you can see the Novitec pipes over there. Let me know what you guys think about the shape of this, because from a certain angle it's super sexy and from another angle it looks just ever so slightly incongruous, but I think it's a brave move and for Ferrari to be going into a different design queue. This being smaller than the F8, 50 millimeters, very tight NF10 wheels over here, and of course on Novitec springs, this car just running quite a bit lower. We've got a brand new 2.9 litre V6 twin turbo charged engine, a power plant that sits bolted behind me, but it's not alone. It's got an electric motor to assist it, and that confabulation together with our Novitec exhaust system gives you in this car 868 horsepower. Standard, you got 830, 740 torques. I don't know where we're at now, but I can't begin to describe how ridiculous this feels. Fourth gear at 2,500 RPM. If I put my boot to it, yes, like, then she wants to go sideways. What? And those gorgeous little gurgles of exhaust and turbo whistles. Oh! When it comes to the exhaust system, you generally have some sort of a trumpet that an elephant sat on. We've gone and opted for the traditional dual tailpipe, these being really large. You can actually put a fist in there, and we've also redesigned and changed this mesh to fit with it. Now there's a plethora of options for the exhaust on this 296 GTB, and I promise you it is the highlight of this car. It's just an impeccable bloody thing. If you want to have cap replacements or sport cats and so on and so forth, flap actuated. If you want to see more of that, go onto our website novitecgroup.com and have a look at all the goodies. Now we have to say that this is phase one, which is an unofficial term. Suspension, we've got the Novitec wheels and the exhaust system. Phase two, we're going to get all the carbon fiber stuff on the car, as well as the N-Tronic power upgrade. This car having more power than standard because of the exhaust system, and it is the best sounding exhaust on a V6 that I've ever heard in my life. Not to forget those blackened out little reflectors. So you can put your foot straight into the carpet and she won't let go, because they've got a whole bunch of systems in place. You're constantly in bed with something trying to keep you out for war. Oh, like that. Oh, mother. So there's a new version of the ESSC that's got ETC.
I'm getting bored here.
Most important of which is something that they call the six-way CDS. That's a six-way sensor around this car. Basically gets information and sends it all to a gyroscope that, in essence, what it does is it reads into the future and prevents the accident that you haven't yet made. Good thing. Very good thing. Generally, when you used to get a Fiorano package, you don't get lift. In this car, we have fitted lift. Fiorano package means that it's a more sport-oriented, more track-orientated version. They replace a whole bunch of things with lightweight materials, and the doors and the window at the back is not real glass and so on. So you save about 12 kilograms. And then you've got these fins here on the front lip that gives you about 10 kilograms more downforce in the front. All in all, actually, the downforce created by the entire car at 250 km an hour, 360 kilograms. That 2.9 twin turbocharged V6 is a 120 degree V6, not a 90 degree, which means it's lying on its back with its legs slightly open, and in there, you've got the mid-mounted turbochargers. The outlet and inlet manifolds sit on top of the engine. You've never seen something like this. The entire exhaust system comes from atop the engine and then runs towards the back. It is just crazy. And because the turbochargers are sitting right there on top, of course that means that the air doesn't have so far to travel, so you have virtually no turbo lag. Oh, and if you had any, then it would definitely be annihilated by the support of that hybrid system. It's just a constant surge of power shunting you towards the horizon. It's honestly relentless. This is such a good car. And I just spat on the HMI. Oh, she is so quick. That whole hybrid system with the battery and the motor and all that only weighs 130 kilograms. The V6 weighs 30 kilograms less than the V8 that you had in the F8. If you take the electric motor by itself, that's I think 7.46 kilowatt hour battery, and you can drive that for about 25 kilometers just in electric mode. If you go on to a slightly faster road like this one that we're on now, you can do 135 km an hour. In essence, if you wanted to drive this as a daily to work and back, you can do that in electric mode, and on the weekends have your combustion engine working. I don't know how you figure out which one did the most mileage by the time you sell it. You drive the car 20,000 kilometers, but then the combustion engine only did 3,000. Who knew? The very cool thing about the battery is that you can charge it to full in about 2.5 hours, even from home or from work. It just becomes so usable, and this is so good. The box, if you flick it into auto, it's so usable, it's intuitive, and the steering and the ride quality is fantastic. Let's get to the performance figures. 0 to 100 in 2.8 seconds, 0 to 200 in 7.3. Wipe your eyes with that, please. Top speed 330 kilometers per hour. In this car, we haven't done anything apart from the springs, the wheels, those NF10s, and then of course this complete race exhaust system, but that already gives it so much more power. Sounded nice from inside. How are your ears? Oh, 118.9. In phase 2, we are going to add a lot more carbon fiber, the whole carbon fiber package, as well as some new goodies that you'll see then very, very soon. And then, of course, the N-Tronic power upgrade, which I predict north of 900. Here's the cool thing. I mean, that's pretty damn cool, isn't it? The versatility in this sort of SF90 Hybrid 2.0 is just it's doable. It's daily doable. You got two Manantinos where you used to have the one on the right hand side, which we all know with race and traction control and kill yourself and all that. On the left hand side now you've got a different one, which in one case the electric driving or the e-drive, which is what we've got now, it'll just use your electric motor. If you go on to the second version, that's H for hybrid, then it's going to drive in electric mode, but when the bullies of physics come along and give you a bloody nose, then the combustion engine is going to pop into life to save you. If we go over that, oh, there she jumps into life. That's the flag. That's the checkered flag. That means we're ready for business, but it's reserving 50 horsepower to really just have it when you really need it. How's it, buddy? It's lovely how people are just so friendly when you're driving a car like this. Not. And then you've got the little stopwatch. It's just full beans. We're going to leave that mode because we're driving in between cows and a fence. We'll just use the hybrid mode. This interior feels fantastic. The HMI in this car is basically everything that was unacceptable in the SF90 and the Roma is what this doesn't have much of, and then everything that it did have is that which you not to worry about living with. A couple of other things that they needn't do really is make other buttons electric, to open the doors electric, to open the plug for plugging your power in is electric, to open the fuel cap is electric, save the electricity to boost you when you're changing gears with your combustion engine. Ride quality in this car, superb. Even with the Novitec springs, this being the Fiorano package, slightly lighter, slightly harder, slightly track orientated, very track orientated actually. I mean, look at these seats. You don't have that and go shopping. Nah. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Feel that tail just, oh. You guys hear the turbo whistles? Steering sublime, can't really fault it. Brakes, superb, big carbon ceramic brakes. And then of course there's some regen assisting, putting that power back into the battery. Oh. And you got that massive mobile spoiler, as Ferrari calls it. All jump there. How's it? Chopping a tree, thanks buddy. You get people that do think it's cool. Oh, is this brutal, eh? When I wrote the story for this car, at the bottom I normally have a part for the verdict. So I left that open. I wanted to let the car tell me the story, and I could tell you hands down that this is definitely one of the most exciting cars. I don't want to go back to the office right now. It's just so exciting to drive this. I can't wait for the complete Novitec version. That video is going to come and it's going to be relentless. Speaking of videos to come, I'm going to right now after this go and do the POV of this car. Remember, not 830, 868 horsepower is what this car with the Novitec exhaust is giving you at the moment. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and if you want to see more, then feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So good. If you want to follow us on Instagram, then you can follow me personally at Beyond the Cook Novitec Group. And if you want to see some of the parts already available for this very compact, 50mm shorter than the F8 little pocket rocket from Ferrari, hybrid gone perfect, check out our website. That's novitec.com, novitecgroup.com. It's been splendid. See you guys in the next one. Ciao. Love you.
If I'm being honest, loving you the hardest thing to do, so I keep to myself. I feel like I'm falling in and out of consciousness, yeah. Now we starting to talk, let's killing all the progress. Really hard to process, you treat me like an object. Baby, we toxic, can't we stay on top?